Hello, Aquarius. Welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. I almost forgot what to say there. You know, it's like when you say something all the time, and then when you think, the one time you actually stop to think about the words that you're going to spew out your mouth, I don't know what I'm going to say. So, I could do a cut, or I could just say, hi, this is Cindy. So, Aquarius, my darlings, we're going to look at your career and finances. It's a deep look. It could... I don't know what it's gonna look like. Just gonna see what comes out, and we're gonna play it from there. So I'm gonna do starting with the Energy Oracle deck, and oh my God, these guys are so cute. And the what is it called? The puppy Divine Wisdom? No, Doggy Wisdom. I think it's Dog Wisdom Oracle deck. My fortune cookies. Well, not the cookies, the cards, fortune cookie cards, and then Tarot of Positive Clarity. So we're going to do that. To pull out this spread, there's 5 sections to this spread. We're going to look at current situation with career and finances for you, influences affecting career and finances, belief around career and finances that need to change, action to take to turn things around, and likely outcome for you. So let's get started, Aqua Babies. It is a general reading, Aquarius. Because it's general, it may or may not resonate. If it does resonate and you're drawn to it, there is an extended. The link to that is at the top of the description of this video. There might be parts that actually resonate really strongly and other parts, not too much. It might be like that in all my readings. I just do them, man. I just sit here and I pull the cards. All right, Aquarius. Current situation with career and finances. Magician in the mirror. Honey, whatever you were trying to manifest for yourself, it is trying to manifest you too. There is some balance here in what you're manifesting. I don't know if there's balance in what you're doing right now, but there's balance in something that you're trying to manifest in your career or your finances, or the combination of the two, that is also trying to manifest you. So it could be a situation, like it could be something that you want for yourself or you desire for yourself, and you're kind of taking the action required to produce that result in the future. Whether that's, you know, first step, thinking about it, second step, planning it, third step, initiating it, however that's showing up. It just feels like to me, even if it's like a business place, if it's a person, if it's a position, the universe is working along with you on that, because it does, I would say, have something to do with your fate when it comes out like that. You know, once you get to the end of your fate, you can carve your own destiny through it. You can choose it or not, or do what you want with it. But it does feel like you're in process of something, like it feels like the right road, whatever that road might be for you. If it's a struggling road and you say, no, I don't want to be at the end of this, I don't want to still be doing this in a year or 2 years or 3 years, or still have my finances at this point. Well, the fact that you don't want to do that, again, is the universe is saying, okay, that sounds good. So this first part could actually apply to almost everybody, really. So it should resonate with you. Influences affecting career and finances. The sun. I'm telling you, I don't know what you're up to, but it's good. It's good. You see your dream, you see your hope, see your brighter days, imagining that. Again, I already talked about, you know, the few steps that you could be kind of starting on, or maybe you're progressing even further. Everyone could be in a different position. And I could pull these down until I add more cards. Everyone could be in a different position in terms of how far along you are in some sort of manifestation process. But yeah, I feel like you're on a fated path here about something. Beliefs around career and or finances that need to change. The thinking woman. Well, that's odd. It kind of came through really strong as like someone else. So it could be what someone else is telling you, what someone else thinks. Yeah, we'll have to see how that unfolds with all the other decks that we're going to use here. But it's a belief, so it could be someone else's beliefs. That's curious, isn't it? You know, that would make sense, because I mean, looking at this, you seem to really have Is that really at the bottom after all of that? Sorry, I don't usually look at that. But when I showed you the deck, that was at the bottom. And after shuffling everything, that's at the bottom. So patience. And this, why am I looking at that now? Maybe you feel like you need to be patient. Your thinking is you need to be patient, where perhaps you're much closer than you realize. Action to take to turn things around. So this is sort of like the guidance, what you need to do if you want to do it. I don't care. Right. Oh, indecision. Yes, here's going to be sassy. Indecision, indecision. Action to take to turn things around. Be indecisive. Well then, you don't really have to do anything. It feels like that there's something, there's like a piece of information perhaps it's missing for you. And I could link that over here to beliefs around career and finances that need to change. Maybe you think you know everything you need to know, or you have everything you need to have in terms of information, your understanding. There's something here. So you're literally being asked to kind of sit and think. Well, there's that patience energy. You're at a crossroads. You are at a point here. You could go left or right in life. And so it kind of feels like it's sort of important. It almost feels like now you're on, with this card, I feel like looking at this figure, they're on that path of fate, what they're kind of destined, fated to go to, a point in time in this lifetime for you. But sitting at the crossroad, now that becomes the point where I kind of see the difference between fate and destiny, whereas you can carve your own destiny. You can, now that you've gone down the road that Spirit has wanted you to go down, that, and it's not just Spirit, your own soul will have agreed to do certain things in life, and you can feel when you're in alignment and when you're not, depending on how you feel in situations that you're engaged in. But so this is the point where your free choice comes in, where you're going to carve your life here. But you're almost being told to just wait at the crossroads. Likely outcome. Door to personal healing and happiness. That seems pretty nice. It could be going into situations that really heal how you've worked throughout life, or like if you're changing jobs or you're changing a career path for yourself. It feels like you end up in a place where, wow, I didn't realize I could earn a living being so happy, or being so, feeling so, wow, that's interesting. There's more to this. I'm just feeling like, it's almost like, what's happening with this card, trying to pull out the information on the likely outcome. It almost feels like a door that's trying to pop open with information. Like there's one of those crossbars, like a double set of doors, which is funny because it is a double set of doors, but it feels like there's more to this than what I can get. The door hasn't been opened. That's interesting too, though. Maybe the likely outcome, it may not be very specific and detailed because you're at a crossroads. What you each choose is going to be different. But it kind of feels like you can't choose incorrectly, because whatever your outcome will be, you'll be happy. It'll be very healing. So, all right, I'm going to push these up. And now I'm going to go to the doggy wisdom. And they are going to give us sort of an emotional gauge on these. Are you guys feeling tired? It's weird. I'm just now, like, what is it? How many minutes am I into this? Maybe 5 to 8 minutes? I feel like so tired all of a sudden. It's a really weird feeling. Maybe you're feeling kind of tired with your work. Or just in general. Like my eyes feel sleepy. I almost feel like somebody's kind of watching or listening while they doze off. Current situation with finance and careers, Magician in the Mirror. venture out. Yeah. This is your current situation. So I feel like you're kind of venturing out of a comfort zone. Venturing out of a comfort zone. Meeting new people, new groups. Because this is a golden retriever, but the puppies are Cocker Spaniels. So at first glance, they look like, oh, that's the daddy or the mommy. I mean, it could be adoptive. It could be adoptive, but it's not the same breed of dog. So venture out. Like, this is out of your comfort zone. The current situation. So maybe you want to feel like that, like venturing out of your comfort zone, or perhaps you're starting to. Again, Magician in the Mirror, whatever point in the manifestation practice you are sitting in. But it's not, it almost kind of feels like it's not a dramatic change from this, like Cocker Spaniel puppies to what the Golden Retriever puppies would look like. Like they would, unless you look carefully, you're not going to maybe notice right away that there's a difference. So it could almost be like if you were a pastry chef and you decided, you know what, I just want to, well, I could be really sounding ignorant here, but I just want to work in chocolate. Yeah, I think that would be different from a pastry chef. Or, you know what I mean? Like something like that, where you would still go to sort of like the same place or a similar place. It would be a place where you work with food, but it's a different type of food and a different type of technique. But, you know, your friends might think, well, that's not a big shift. You're kind of doing the same thing, aren't you? Or people like me, oh, was a pastry chef and a chocolatier. Was that what that'd be? I don't know. Yeah, it just sort of feels like that. So it's almost fine-tuning, perhaps. Something that you're doing in your career, wanting to fine-tune it, wanting to make it, or make yourself a little bit more specialized. But specialized, like it's almost just like a variant of this to that. Interesting. Okay. Influences affecting career and finances. You have the Sun. Please yourself. Oh, I love that. The Sun is like self-actualization and recognizing that and living it. Oh, that's awesome. So really, you don't give a shit, whatever. What makes you happy? Okay, so this is going to be really curious to see how this comes out, because that was the one that I felt a little bit like the beliefs around finances and career that need to change. That it almost felt like someone else. So it could even be, oh gosh, it could be a parent, but you know what I'm getting to? Like it could be or could have been a teacher or a professor or someone, because she's in this building. Like it looks like an old castle, or it could be a university or something, and all these books. It almost feels like someone that would have been sort of like a mentor on some level. Like I said, a parent, a teacher, a professor. It could even be a work colleague who, quite intellectual. But there's something about, so you might be shifting some belief system that you learned through someone else. Well, let's just see. All right. What do we got here? Curiosity. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I feel like this is definitely expanding. This almost feels like guidance too, like advice. Like this whole reading feels a little bit like advice driven. Because maybe you are a pastry chef and there's someone who works maybe like in, I don't know, could be in the same place or could be a couple doors down, and they make all sorts of amazing sculptures or things out of chocolate. Thinking, oh, I would love to do that. Like, it's not wrong to be curious. I don't know why I feel like that's something that you've been guided not to do. You know, keep your eyes focused over here. Don't deviate from this path. It's literally okay to be curious. That's such a funny message, but you know, you could have grown up around someone who always said, oh, you know, you'll get yourself in trouble. This is a two. This could be kind of like, it's like King or Queen of Swords. It could be someone who is a lawyer or a doctor. Could have had people in your family like that with very specific, very recognized higher education careers, and telling you, you know, you need to do this. You know, if you want to make good money, you want to have status in the community, you need to follow. You need to do what we've all been doing. But your curiosity is legit. I'm really getting that. Your curiosity here is legit. So if you're thinking beyond what you've always been told, that's good. That's the shift that needs to happen, that needs to change. And the curiosity, it could, you may not even leave being a pastry chef, but you might go and take some courses on sculpting chocolate or working more with chocolate and incorporate that in, like, and create a whole new thing. Pastry chef, chocolatier. Oh, I don't want to always talk about food. It's because my moon is in Taurus. So always, my examples always come down to food and comfort. Action to take to turn things around. Indecision. I love it because that's what curiosity is about. Like, I need to learn more. I need to understand more. It's okay to ask these questions. It's okay to explore. You know, you could go and take a couple courses on chocolate. Gain a bit of weight. I'm sure I probably would, because you got to try it and lick your fingers, right? Well, then, you know, that's probably why I don't work in food. But that doesn't mean that you're deviating from your path. I feel like it means you're just adding more tools to your tool belt in life. So, action to take. Worry. Shit. See? Look, now, yeah, see, sitting in indecision and worry. This little guy, I just want to tell him everything is okay. This dog. Look at his face. Yeah, it looks like you told him you're going to the store and you'll be right back. And he's like, no, I have to guard the house all by myself. It's so scary. What if you never come back? I think they think those things. I really do. I know my little dog, Lily, she doesn't sleep when we're gone. Because when we come home, she's out cold. Like, she just sleeps and sleeps and sleeps. So I know she's just been up fretting the whole time we were away. And I think this little guy does that. So anyway, sorry. These dogs are very distracting. That's why I don't use them very often. Are you worried that you're indecisive? Are you worried that you won't make the right choice? I really feel like you shouldn't be worried at all. You know what? At the end of the day, we're all going to turn into compost. I mean, it's real. That's it. It's totally true. So don't worry about it. You know, it's all good. We have more choices these days than humanity has had in like a million years. So maybe that's it. Maybe there's too many choices. That could be hard. That is hard, actually, isn't it? There's too many choices. If you go to an ice cream parlor, food again. If you go to an ice cream parlor and they have like 3 flavors, they have chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry. I'll bet you all of you could make a decision probably in under a minute. But if you go and they have like Baskin Robbins, 31 flavors, you know you're going to be there for a long time. And then when you finally pick it and you're eating it and you think it's okay, and then your friend got the other one and they're like, oh, it's so good. And you think, I made the wrong choice. It's too many choices. And that could be part of the problem. Maybe there's too many choices. There's too many. But I feel like you're being asked to be indecisive. Worry about it, because that's going to figure it out for you. Likely outcome, door to personal healing and happiness, responsibility. Ooh. Oh, you have a responsibility to yourself. Yes. Okay. Influences affecting career. The sun, please yourself. And then door to personal healing and happiness and responsibility is the likely outcome. Just realizing how responsible you are in your life for putting yourself in places and situations that you feel happy, that you feel like are healing, that you feel are not breaking you down or making life harder or pulling. Yeah, we should always feel like we're moving forward, right? If a place is really, really bad, we kind of learn from it. We learn how to identify that and how to not find that again for ourselves and to move forward. Nothing will ever be perfect, but if we keep forward. I say that because I've had a lot of jobs. I've had a lot of different jobs. I started when I was 14. So many. I think it's about like 16 or something crazy now. I don't know. Yeah. Each choice comes down to how happy you are. Now, this is really interesting. Oh, that's the Cocker Spaniel. Isn't that the Cocker Spaniel? What kind of dog is that? Now I'm really curious about, because we started, so this is really interesting. This current situation is an adult dog with pups, 3 puppies. And then you're ending with your likely outcome is an adult dog with 3 puppies, but they've all changed. Oh, y'all are gonna maybe go a little further than a slight change here. Maybe you'll feed the animals at the zoo, like go from being a pastry chef to I'm gonna study zoology and veterinarian, and I'm gonna feed the animals at the zoo or something. Like it's a complete turnaround. But it feels like, but this is because this dog is sitting in with the right group. Well, not that hanging out with different people is wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like it just, like all of a sudden, the right puzzle piece has been put in here. Yeah. Huh. Current situation, you're venturing out of your comfort zone. You're thinking about it. You're contemplating it. You're curious about it. Influences affecting your career and finance is what would make you happy? Asking yourself that big question. What would make you happy? What would feel like, you know, every day I look forward to getting up. I can't wait to do it. I can't wait to be there. I can't wait to see what I'm going to learn, what I'm going to share with other people. This is like a really good feeling. Beliefs around career and finances that need to change. Your curiosity is perfectly fine. If you are curious, moving above and beyond into a completely different direction from what perhaps other people would think, or yeah, other people would think, and this other people could be as far back as parents, maybe a teacher or a professor that had an influence on you, and even could even be people around you right now that you work with. I feel like if you've chosen like something to do with higher learning, I don't know, like maybe you have a university education, although a lot of people have those now. But no, something more specialized. Something more specialized. Right? Like not going to university to study history and then end up working in a flower shop. No, like this is sort of like if you went to university to become a dentist or a professor or a lawyer or a doctor. There's something about that. Whatever you studied, you were literally in it. You have a curiosity beyond that. But others might think you're a little whack. That's okay. Being whack is a good thing sometimes. Action to take to turn things around. Allow yourself to worry and sit in indecision right now, because that's going to help you really understand how important. And I think it's also going to take you towards where you're really meant to be with these Cocker Spaniels. And the dogs. All right, what's at the bottom? You have patience and be positive. It's okay. Everything is okay. It's like when I take Lily for a walk. We have big snow banks because it just snowed. So I always have to give her, yeah, you can do it. When we get to the end of the sidewalk where the snowplow went by for the road and it's like mounded up, like, you can do it. You can do it. She jumps, like, okay. I just know, like, it just boosted her. She just feels so positive about herself. It's like, I did it, mommy. Even though I'm so short. Okay, let's look at the fortune cookies. I'm getting with the Magician in the Mirror too, weighing the possibilities. Oh, weighing 2 different sides here. Yeah, like this does feel either right now you're contemplating something that's just sort of like a minor switch. Whatever you're specializing in. Honest to God, like even if you work like a garbage truck and you're working on a garbage truck and you're thinking, you know what, I think I'd rather work in the recycling department. Like, right, that's still a switch in what you specialize in. So it feels like that, but yet as you move into it and explore it through your curiosity, I feel like you end up going somewhere very different from where this, like maybe you get to the recycling department and there's a tree plantation like behind them. And you sit back out there at lunch and you end up talking to people. And like, then you know what I mean? Like something, like weighing this out. The ice and the fire are two different, very different things. All right, so I don't know if I finished shuffling it. I'm talking a lot. You know, I didn't do any videos yesterday, so I'm all backed up. Did I do that? I don't know. Here, I did it now. Oh, these cards. Okay, current situation. Intuition. Trust your intuition. It's a great time to learn a new skill, change careers, or invest money. Well, there you go. I'm telling you. Whatever you're thinking about, your intuition. You're thinking about it because your intuition is communicating to you. And the universe is going, oh, we were waiting for Aquarius to finally start thinking about that. Let's start manifesting that with them. Influences affecting career finances. Please yourself. The sun. Burnout. Your hard work will see results, but your health needs to be maintained. So check in with your doctor, dentist, and health professional and try to maintain a healthy lifestyle. So, okay, whatever you're doing right now is probably not great for your health. Maybe there's a lot of stress with it, a lot of responsibility. Maybe you have to deal with other people's problems. I don't know. There's all that stuff is coming out of my mouth right now for you. Blah, 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 blah. So you have to look after yourself. Really? Right? Because we all end up as compost at the end of it. What kind of compost do you want to be? Do you want to be self-fulfilled compost? Or do you want to be like burnt out and not feeling very fulfilled compost? Beliefs around career and finances that need to change. Personal riches. Oh. Okay, before I even read everything that comes with this, right away, I'm getting like this parent thing. This parent or somebody who's influenced you, or you're being influenced in it now. It's almost as if like personal riches is so much more important than everything else. But what the hell is the point of being rich if you're miserable? Oh, maybe you're comfy and you're well fed, but, you know, burnout. The sun. Please yourself. Okay. Personal riches. Small successes are likely now, and bigger ones are on the way. Finances could improve dramatically, but avoid get-rich schemes. Oh, that's interesting. Belief around career and finances that need to change. Oh. So this also feels like a belief system about personal riches that you should only start with small successes now, and they will get bigger as you work harder and slug away. And then, you know, one day your finances may just improve dramatically, but avoid anything that seems like, you know, it could solve all your problems quickly. Right? It's almost like the only way for success here is like some sort of programming that parents or somebody told you that the only way to success here is to become financially, like to have, I don't know what, this goes beyond financial stability, personal riches to me. This is like making sure that you are making a pretty big sum of money, and that has to come before. That's your first responsibility to yourself and your family and your family lineage. That comes before what it is you really want to do for yourself and how if you make this choice, if it really does deplete you somehow, it doesn't matter. Like, it's just, that's a big thing that needs to change here. But avoid get-rich schemes. So that's a belief that needs to change. Now, right, like all those Ponzi things and that, yeah, I would have fucked that shit, but I want to say, like, if you follow your heart and you follow just the path that feels like you're supposed to be on, you may be, like, you don't compromise yourself. Don't compromise your choices and your decisions. And there's so many different ways that we compromise ourselves with external influences. I think on many levels, you can actually get rich faster than this, you know, small successes to start. You know, they'll be likely, yeah, get that now. Bigger ones on the way. And then, you know, when you really get to the top, then your finances will improve dramatically. So that's almost like slugging it out. And then when you get to the top, you're probably burnt out and then you have a heart attack and die. Well, I'm glad you rode that train, right? There you got to become compost much quicker. Oh yeah, I'm really sassy. If I don't do a read, I get all backed up with sass too. Okay, action to take to turn things around. Indecision and worry. Oh, don't worry about a thing. Declutter. I read, again, before I read all the small print, I heard declutter your mind. Declutter all this personal belief about riches too. What makes you rich? Declutter your life. Let go of correspondence, objects, and people you no longer want. Someone will hurt your feelings and reveal a new side of themselves that you may wish to avoid. You don't even need to be indecisive about that. You guys are sword energy. Just cut that out. Somebody shows you a new side of themselves. It's not a new side of themselves. It's a side that they always had. I'm not reading the cards, sorry. I'm just channeling. It's a side that they've always had. But the right environment wasn't conducive for them to show it to you. So it's not a new side. Don't worry about that. Like, don't let that be something that you're indecisive about. Oh, maybe it was, no, see, that's how we start making excuses, compromises. Oh, well, you know, I've never seen Jane act like that before. I guess it was just kind of a stressful time. You know, we've all been under a lot of stress. No. Depending on how, because if this is somebody that, someone will hurt your feelings. I don't know. It's not just about watching Jane go crazy in the office and throw her computer across the field. Like, this is entertaining. Can somebody bring popcorn, right? Like, but then it becomes personal. If Jane comes over and says, you know what I've always thought about you? This is what I've always thought about you. I go, okay. Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't like that. Declutter your life. You don't need that. Let go of correspondence. This kind of feels like delete them. Delete them? Objects and people you no longer want. Maybe you're indecisive about them. I don't know. Well, I guess it depends who it is. Anyways, likely outcome. Door to personal healing and responsibility. Change. A change of residence, partner, career, or job is on the cards. You're restless and in need of a change, and that is exactly what is coming your way, honey. Wow, you guys have a really interesting reading. Now, I feel like, too, for some of you, like, the responsibilities that you have will be changing. But you're the one who's in control here. Your guidance, action to take to turn things around, is to declutter, is to throw in the garbage can objects or people you no longer want. Someone will hurt your feelings and reveal a new side of themselves that you may wish to avoid. See, now that's interesting too, because if there's someone in your life that you realize, you know, this is a one-sided relationship, or this is very toxic, or we have become two completely different people, and this is going to turn into just, oh, yeah. My mom has a neighbor where she moved. Oh, it's sad. It really is sad. They haven't been married that long. I don't know. He was like 50 years old, never married. And she was a widow. And then they got married. And I think they've been together 15 or 16 years. So there was a garage, like a non-attached garage to the house. So it was separate. And he has built on it and on it and on it. And he lives in the garage now. You know, it's heated. Like, why? But then, so I was asking my mom about it, and she said, well, that is his family home. So that was the home that he grew up in, and when his parents passed away, he got the home. So now that he married her, of course, like, she would have half of it. So I'm like, God, that's as toxic as shit. You know what? I don't know. I'd rather just not live in the garage and say, honey, take half. I'm going this way. I'm going to go live in a tent. But I'm going to be happy. Declutter these people. Change your life. Residence, right? You don't need to live in the garage. You could live in they make nice tents now too. Like for Arctic and stuff. Oh, I'm so sassy. Twists and turns in friendship and love. Oh, God, you might meet someone else in the tent. Twists and turns. Carefully made plans could be thrown out the window as major changes and interruptions surround you. Make sure you get lots of rest to cope with all the upheaval. Oh, shit. Oh, I feel like you guys are on the cusp of big change. If you're being an adult, oh, I didn't realize there's 2 cards. No, there's 3 cards at the bottom underlined. Friendship. A friend needs your help. Your kindness and excellent counseling skills will put them back on track. Okay, so you have something to offer here. But it's getting it to the right people, right? Yes. Love. Love is in the air. A great time for commitment and taking relationships to the next level. See, that went from twists and turns to friendship and love. Okay. The underlines, we haven't even pulled out tarot. This reading's been going on and on and on. Patience, love, and appreciation. Angel of love. Patience. Angel of love and appreciation. This always feels like the 9 of Pentacles to me. So I kind of feel like on some level, some of you might be a little impatient. Because this has appeared twice now. At the pre-shuffle and then after I've dealt the cards. So I do feel like y'all are on a path here of big change. Don't be impatient, because once it starts happening, like it really, really is going to start happening. And I really do feel like you're going to be leaving some relationships behind. These could be work relationships. I mean, this has to do with finances too. So maybe you're in that situation. You're living in the garage and the person's living in the house. And you're going to put an end to that. Yeah, I don't know. Oh. Anyways. Yeah, actually, he seems like a really nice guy. But she's a little funny. I don't know. Anyways. Everybody plays their part. That would not be a one-sided story. Current situation, the 6 of Swords. Oh, yeah. The universe is taking you right. You gotta go. Oh, you're on the train. You're on the boat. You are going somewhere. You might be sitting at home thinking, no, Cindy, I ain't going nowhere. I put my resumes out. I've done this. I've done that. I've been looking for a course that I wanted to take to learn this. I'm not, no. Don't worry. It's all unfolding. Influences affecting career and finances. The Sun, burnout, please yourself. The Hermit. Oh, yeah. You know what? Maybe I just feel like I'm burning too many. I'm burning the candle at too many ends here. Or really only 2 ends, but that's enough, right? So just needing a break from things. This is really, we're needing a break from things. Or maybe you're doing that right now. Wanting to have a bit of fun and rest. Things that please you. Okay, now here's a belief thing that needs to change. Oh, the Hanged Man. Yeah, it's time to look at things really differently. Your curiosity is the key. It really is the key. I don't know too. I just feel like you may not believe how quickly things can change for you. Action to take to turn things around. Indecision, declutter, and worry. Judgment. Wow, this is a brand new day. You need to let the angels guide you, because these angels are trying to lift him up away from his work. So if you're indecisive, just go where you feel like you're being called to go. Just explore it. No pressure. I feel like I said that for someone else this week. Just go. Just allow your curiosity to take you somewhere. Your angels are trying to pull you up and out into something new. Likely outcome. The Magician. I love it. You started with the Magician in the mirror. You're ending with the Magician. I told you, what you're manifesting is manifesting you. And that feels more like, though, because of the order this has all come out, that this is, yes, where you meet the manifestation. The Star, you. It's the only one at the bottom. There you go. It's all good. It's all good. Wishes, dreams, That's it. That's all, folks. That's what I got. So Aquarius, interesting reading. I'm going to go do the extended. In the extended, I use tarot and oracle decks. I'm going to ask 2 specific questions. What is a surprise or blind spot from the universe? And all this for you, as well as advice. And I kind of pull that out at the same time to see how they develop together. Thank you so much, Aqua Babies. Until next time, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.